Ma'am, the government says that we are balancing development and protecting environment at the same time. But if we see at the number of clearances granted, the numbers are telling. We had 577 forest, environmental, and coastal clearances granted in 2018. It shot up to over 12,000 in 2022. Earlier, we would take 150 days to give an environment clearance. Now it takes 70 days. What's your view on that?
From my point of view, just dismantle the entire system. It's not working. It's just not working. The environmental clearance system is not working either for environment or for development. It is only working for a breed of consultants, of auditors, of many other people who look at projects and clear them. And I can give you a whole list of why it is not working. Let's be clear. All governments have cleared projects, okay? We put out data on the number of projects cleared by the UPA government, and we showed the scale of clearance was as high as the clearance is now. All the governments have done progressively, every government has done, is to dilute the decision-making system, make it weaker, 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 weaker. It makes no sense today. So what happens when you apply for a project clearance? You apply for a project clearance, goes to the Ministry of Environment. It gets a file number. Then you're supposed to do an environmental impact assessment. The project proponent is supposed to do an environmental impact assessment, which means that we know the quality of the environmental impact assessment that I'm paying for. And I know we started a whole process. We had asked the government to do accredited agencies which would then be held to account for the quality of the EIA, because most of the EIAs are cut and paste documents, okay? So all that process has been diluted today. We know that that document comes. There is a committee that sits pretty much in a room like this, faceless people, no accountability. They sit there and decide on whether this project could be granted clearance or not. How do they grant it clearance? By making sure that it has 100 conditions. And those 100 conditions cannot be implemented, okay? Cannot be enforced. There is no system even to make sure that those clearances, that those conditions for implementation, those conditions for compliance are actually enforced. Why? Because those are given under the EP Act. The EP Act can only be looked at by the regional offices of the Ministry of Environment and Forests. They're not done by the pollution control boards. The regional offices are understaffed. There are no people there. They don't have the ability to go and even check whether that condition has been enforced or not. It's a system which is broken. It is not, the entire focus of the government for this last 5 years has been, let's speed up the process, okay? I have no problem. Speeding up is good. Loss of time is bad for economics. Why would I want a 3-year process to get clearances? The cost of the project goes up. I want an effective, hard, tough decision-making process which balances the good versus the bad. Because no project is only good. No project is only bad. So you're going to have to, this is the mediation. The environmental clearance process was to bring a balance between environment and development. If you break down the process, you dilute the institutions, you make them spineless, you basically make it into a system which doesn't work. Then of course you have either environment or development.